It's good, y'all. Welcome back to Niner Wire. I'm your host, Sam. Today, we have episode 2 of Mock Draft Monday, and this is a really exciting one for me, guys. So today is an open mic simulation. So as you guys see right here, we have the Pro Football Network 7-round simulation on, and instead of me doing it, you guys are going to do it. So if you're watching on Twitter, the link is my pinned tweet. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is going to be the pinned comment. You have a banner down below showing how to join, and there's also some stuff on that pinned tweet in the description if you're watching on YouTube to join this. So if you guys want to join, feel free to, but I'm just going to go through it real quickly. So what you guys are going to do, so camera can be on, camera can be off, up to you. This is pretty open. You don't have to be a Niners fan to join as well. You can be a fan of any team you want. You don't have to be a draft guru either. It's really just an open mic, up to you, and you'll be in the waiting room until I call on you. It's gonna be first come, first serve. I see we already have a few people in there. So to those guys, what's good? It's gonna be a 7-round simulation for whatever team you want. I'll control the simulation. I'll pause it after every pick, and you guys kind of just lead me what to do, where to go from there, etc. Pause, trade, you name it, and also be prepared to explain your picks and your trades and everything. So I'm really looking forward to this, guys, and let's just get right into it. Before we do, make sure to follow me on Twitter at NinerWireSam. My Instagram is at NinerWire_YT. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, NinerWire. I post a lot of other stuff there, so make sure to check that out as well. Also, got to make sure to tune into Talking Niners with Kobe and Sam. Follow our podcast at Talking Niners Pod on Twitter. We post a lot of stuff there as well. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you name it, make sure to leave them in the live chat below. And without further ado, let's welcome the first guest of the show. Moody Booty, what's good, man?
What's good, bro?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, so as you guys can see right here, screen to share, we got the 7-round simulation. So, Moody Booty, what team do you want to pick for the simulation? You there? Might have lost him. I don't know. Okay. I might.
You're lagging.
Are you good?
Yeah, you're definitely lagging.
Oh, okay. It's me. This is not good. I'm in a different location right now. So this might not be good. I might just have to join my. I don't know. This could be bad. I'm trying to. Let me try to fix this internet really quickly before we get going. But okay, I'm gonna see. I guess I'm lagging. I'm not in the same. Okay, now. Okay, am I back now? So I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry about that. Let me try it. Okay, I have to reset the screen share, but we're trying to figure this out, guys. Stay tuned. I'm trying to get this through. I'm not in the normal location I usually am in, as you guys can tell by the backdrop, but we're going to try to get through this, see what we can do. Okay, are we good now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I don't know if you heard, but what team do you want to simulate for this simulation?
I am going to take the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers. You a Panthers fan, I'm just assuming by that?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So let's start the draft. Again, just tell me when to pause. If you want to make a trade, tell me to do that. Just guide me through whatever you want to do. So let's get started. And sometimes the simulation can be a bit whack right there. So you got Zach Wilson, Devontae Smith, Penei Sewell, Caleb Farley, Jamar Chase, and Justin Fields. And you got some trade offers right here. If you want to look through those, let me know if you want to trade back or if you want to make the pick right there. You see a guy on the board, just let me know what you want to do. So,
All right, I already got a guy in mind here.
you got a guy in mind? All right, so the pick is in, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right, so who are you taking with pick number 8?
Unfortunately, Fields was already selected, picked for whatever reason. So we're actually going to go with on the defensive side of the ball, and we're going to take Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain, interesting. Okay, so let's pause the draft right now. Tell me why Patrick Surtain. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Carolina should go offense here. Did they take a defensive player at 28? Interesting pick. Explain that to me.
Outside of quarterback, our defense was really rough last year, and obviously we need to find our franchise guy, but our defense was giving up a ton of points. And I really wanted to go linebacker here, but there's nobody here to take, so we're going to have to see what we can do in free agency. So the best thing we can do with all the receivers in the division is to take a nice corner that can match up with Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm. So and Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley too. Those two guys got paid this year as well. So yeah, I definitely see the pick. I know Carolina's defense wasn't the best last year, but I definitely like their future on the defensive side. So Patrick Surtain, I can definitely see that pick. Parsons would have been a nice pick, but I can definitely see them going Surtain at 8, especially if Justin Fields, who probably will not go to Detroit, is off the board right there. So yeah, for sure. All right, so let's continue. Again, tell me if you want to pause, make a trade, do anything like that. Also, before we do that, let's just look at your picks right now. So you have 8, 39, 73, 113, 152, 185, 195, and 223. So let's get going, continue on. But yeah, Surtain, I definitely like that pick a lot. Should help the secondary a lot. Would you guys, here's an interesting question from a Niners fan. Would you guys be interested in signing Richard Sherman?
Not particularly. I want to focus on some younger guys in free agency, and Richard Sherman, I think, is too zone oriented to really play in our scheme.
For sure, definitely. I mean, I can see that. I think they need a bit of veteran leadership on that defense. So
for sure,
yeah, for sure. All right, 39. The Bucks offered you a deal, 51 and 64. Also, by the way, you can make deals. You don't have to take these deals. You can offer other deals to trade back as well. So there's another deal. There's another deal from Houston right there. You're moving back into the third round, getting their second next year. And then there's some guys on the board. If you don't know who you want, none of these guys appealed. Let me know. Scroll down. I can go offense, defense, all these positions. If you want to take a punt around too, feel free to do that as well.
What offensive linemen are available?
Offensive linemen. Let's go. So you got the tackles are right here. And then the guards are right here. So those are the line. Oh, and then center right there. Those are the centers right here.
All right. I think with the second round pick, we are going to go ahead and take Wyatt Davis.
Wyatt Davis at 39. I like this value a lot. I mean, he was the first round guy earlier in the season. You get him at 39. Tell me why you took him.
I think our offensive line is doing decent, but I'm still having question marks around the inside. We traded Turner last year, and I don't think that was a great move.
Mm-hmm.
We've had injuries also with Okung, offensive tackle. And Greg Littles hasn't really found.
He hasn't panned out that much, yeah.
So we just need to keep adding guys to the line, see what sticks and what doesn't.
For sure. Hey, man, you can never go, in my opinion, you can never go wrong taking an offensive lineman, protecting your quarterback. Very important for any team, especially for the Carolina Panthers, who may move on from a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. Do you think they're going to keep Bridgewater? Or do you think they're going to probably go someone else? Or you got something brewing for the draft?
For now, we got to keep Bridgewater, I think. I'm not a fan of Fields or Wilson particularly. And Bridgewater, he's been rough at times, but we got to ride it out with him. We have the weapons to succeed with him. So we just got to put everything together.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. You saying that Justin Fields, you don't like him, because I know there's a lot of draft scouts who think, oh, Justin Fields is going to be the perfect fit for the Carolina Panthers. But, hey, man, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So, yeah, for sure. All right, you're up at pick 73. The Saints have offered you this deal right here. And then the guys on the board right here, tell me if you want to stroll around or do anything.
Is Jamie Newman still on the board?
Jamie Newman. Let me look. Jamie Newman is still on the board. Are you going to take him here?
Yes, I am.
There you go. Jamie Newman, round 3, a bit high for this projection. But Moody Booty, tell me what's up with Jamie Newman at 3. Why are you taking him here?
Ironically, we just finished up talking about Bridgewater and his future, but I've been a big fan of Newman. He had second-round hype last year. He opted out and let some other guys get ahead of him. But I'm still confident Newman can be a really good quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think he may ever get a shot depending on where he actually lines up, but I think a backup role on the Panthers would work beautifully for him.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I think a backup role would be a phenomenal fit for a guy like Jamie Newman and Kellen Mond as well. I think both of those guys could blossom into starters at one point. Odds are pretty low on that, but Jamie Newman, round 3, I think a lot of draft experts would say it's a bit of a reach, but I got to say I like this pick, especially for a Carolina team that does have a bit of uncertainty at quarterback, especially that one, a quarterback was not taken at pick 8. So there you have it. All right, we're through 3 rounds for the Carolina Panthers. Let's look at what they've taken so far. Patrick Surtain was their first pick, the cornerback out of Alabama. Then Wyatt Davis, the guard out of Ohio State. And Jamie Newman, last guy, quarterback out of Georgia. Overall, I got to say this is a pretty good draft for you guys so far. All righty, let's continue along. Again, if you want me to make a trade, just let me know when to pause it. I can make a trade. If you want, up to you. Your next pick, I believe, is at 113. So, or we can just wait it out. Up to you there. So,
yeah, I'm probably not going to trade.
All right, that's all good. All good. Yeah, I mean, I would say that trades are definitely hard. In this simulation, I will say trades are hard, especially if you're trying to go from round 2 to round 1. You always have to give up a lot, but we'll make do with it. We'll figure it out. So, yeah, for sure. My Niners got Ben Cleveland. That's a guy I've taken a bit of a look at, but hoping to get a bit more. All right, Carolina's coming up. There goes Kellen Mond, the other guy we just talked about. And my 49ers have offered you 117 and 196 to move 4 spots back. And then looking at the board, you got some other guys right here. Let me know what you want to do with this pick.
All right, I'm pretty sure at this point I'm going to start not knowing who some of these guys are for sure.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I mean, it's round 4. I mean, at this point, a lot of people will just take like whatever position they need, but up to you, man.
I'm thinking we actually should look at the safeties here.
All right, safety. Let's go defense safety. So you're at 113. Shaun Wade's available. That would be he's a guy that had some first round grades on him earlier, but he's really fallen off. Other guys available. I think a lot of people have Paris Ford higher than that 197. Same with Tariq Thompson. Those are some other guys that I've heard of. But yeah, safety would be a great fit for you guys. Tell me who you want to go if you're going to go safety, or do you want me to keep scrolling around?
I know he fell off this year, but I think Shaun Wade here is great value.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I mean, Shaun Wade there were people saying he was going to be, probably like a round 1 guy, and now he's fallen in round 4. I think that's phenomenal value for you. A very low risk, high reward pick, if you probably agree with me on that, I would assume.
For sure.
All right, perfect. Let's continue along. Your next pick, I believe, it's somewhere at the beginning of the 5th round. I didn't know exactly. But, the Niners take Tutu Atwell. That would be a very interesting fit for my team. So, yeah. Do you follow any college football at all or not really?
I've tried this year, but I just couldn't get into it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's always interesting. I know there's a lot of college football fans out there like following a lot of guys from schools. I'm totally with you. I don't really follow college football, but maybe in the future we'll figure it out. But yeah, okay, round 5 coming up right here. You guys are at pick 152. And the Niners are again offering you a deal to trade up 4 spots. You can take that, or got a lot of guys right here that I really like that I can see right now.
All right. Let's look at the receivers.
Wide receivers. Okay, looking at that. Daz Newsome is a guy I really like as well. Same with Anthony Schwartz, speedster. Tamorian Terry, 6'4" guy. He's really being held back because of character issues, but I mean, this is a very deep receiver class, and I really don't think you can go wrong with whoever you take a receiver especially in round 5.
At this point, I think some of these guys would be a reach, so let's take a look at the defensive linemen.
Defensive linemen. Okay, so you got defensive tackles are right here. Got a few guys right here. And then edge you got right here. Edge is probably a bit more in the value according to this simulation right there. But those are the defensive linemen you got to take if you want.
All right, let's trade back with the Niners.
All right, you want to make this trade with the Niners? So Niners are trading up from pick 156, also giving up 238, their last 7th rounder, with the Carolina Panthers. We are going to accept that deal. The Niners wanted to take Richard LeCounte. I don't know how to pronounce that. And the Niners are trading up, want to offer another deal. Man, the Niners are just on our ass today. I don't know, but this is a bit further back. This is probably, I think this is their comp 5th from New Orleans or something like that. This is the New Orleans pick. Or we can take one of the guys who I believe none of those guys, except this one defensive tackle, went. Other than that, that was the only guy that went from the positions you looked at. So if you want to trade back with the Niners, if you want to take a guy here, just let me know.
All right. I'm going to take Dazz Newsome.
Dazz Newsome. Okay, perfect. I like Dazz Newsome a lot. I got to say that right now. And, I mean, wide receiver, you got Curtis Samuel over there. So, probably. Do you think Curtis Samuel's going to leave, or you don't think he's going to sign with you guys?
Yeah, I don't know what exactly has been happening, but the rumor mill says he's going elsewhere.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. But yeah, Dazz Newsome is a guy I think is a late round sleeper in this class. I think that would be a great fit for you guys, especially with an offensive minded coach and Matt Rule. I think that's a phenomenal fit for you guys. And especially if you guys lose a guy like Curtis Samuel, that's going to help you guys out a lot. So yeah, for sure. All right, moving into round 6 as every team is making their picks. I wonder who the Niners, I wonder if the Niners is going to offer us another deal. They're always like that. But yeah, they have a lot of 5ths too. They have another comp 5th right there for the Emmanuel Sanders deal as well. All right, we're coming into round 6. I believe this is a pick. Oh, we're at pick 185. I didn't know we had that. I didn't see that. Okay, so we're on the clock again at 185. Let's just review who you have. You got 4 more picks. Patrick Surtain, Wyatt Davis, Jamie Newman, Shaun Wade, and Dazz Newsome, who you've taken so far. You got 4 more picks. You got picking 10 picks later, 185. Moody Booty, what do you want to do?
All right. Let's go ahead and take Malcolm
Koonce out of Buffalo. Okay, this is a guy. Yeah, I haven't looked at these late round guys. I'll be honest, I haven't taken that much of a look at. But you guys, that's your defensive lineman that you get. You haven't taken a defensive lineman. I've heard. I mean, last edge out of Buffalo that you know of, Khalil Mack. Probably not going to be Khalil Mack, but I definitely think getting an edge for you guys, bolstering that defensive line, which you guys need desperately, is going to help a lot for the Carolina Panthers. And you probably can agree with me on that.
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely. All right. Let's continue along. You guys are 10 picks later at pick 195 right here about. And this is the area where there's not as many trades, except Houston just offered you 203 and 213 for 195 in next year's 7th. Or you can take one of the guys available.
I doubt this happens in real life, but let's take a look at tight ends.
Tight ends, okay. You guys do need a tight end. I'll be honest with that right there. So it would be a good fit for you guys.
I've heard of this guy before, but I'm not too familiar with his play style. Noah Gray.
Noah Gray, the tight end out of Duke. Noah Gray, the tight end out of Duke. Excuse me on that. But tight end for the Panthers. I mean, I feel like I've explained these picks too much for you. I want you to kind of explain this pick, why you guys need a tight end. You're the Panthers fan here, so take it away.
At tight end, we have Ian Thomas and Chris Manhertz, but they're obviously not those top-tier tight ends that I think that would put our team over the top. And any tight end depth would pretty much help at this point.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think tight end. I mean, I've seen some mock drafts mock Kyle Pitts to you guys at pick 8, which I don't think is going to happen. I think you guys need some bigger needs like cornerback, quarterback. You guys might want to take that, but I definitely think a tight end. You'll probably see a tight end in this draft get taken by the Carolina Panthers. Let's go back to all. Sorry about that. Oh, there goes my guy Israel Mukuamu. I love that guy a lot. If you want a cornerback, a physical cornerback to take in the last few rounds, you should definitely take a look at Israel Mukuamu. I think he would be a pretty good fit to a lot of places, Carolina included. So definitely take a look at him. But anyways, you guys are back on the clock. Got some guys right here that you can take, or we can go to another position. Up to you.
Let's take a look back at offensive tackles.
Offensive tackles. Okay. I don't think you took Wyatt Davis earlier. You did not take a tackle. These are the guys at tackles right there. And this is the last tackle they have listed. So tackles. Are you going to go tackle or you want me to look somewhere else?
Let's go with Foster Sarell.
Foster Sarell, the tackle out of Stanford. I know they have Walker Little, but Foster Sarell, I need to do a bit more research on him. But yeah, man, explain your tackle needs for me, Moody Booty. Why are you taking the tackle here at 233? Excuse me.
Highly doubt he phases out or even makes it to the main roster, but I have no clue how he's played or anything like that. But our offensive line, like I said, needs some depth, needs some stability. And
for sure.
Anybody on that line can play at any given time, so you never know.
Absolutely. And I mean, as I said earlier, you cannot go wrong with an offensive line pick. So, yeah, I can definitely see them doing that. All right, you got one last pick at 238. This was acquired from the 49ers. We're coming up to that. And then after that, this draft will be over. We'll review the draft. And then the next guest will come on, do their mock draft. And guys, we're going to move pretty swiftly through this. So I'm going to cap this off in an hour and a half, the stream, for all the viewers. If you guys want to join, feel free to do it. But in the meantime, Moody Booty, you're up for the last pick for your draft, 238. What do you want to go with right here?
Let's take a look at kicker.
Kicker, okay. You guys got Joey Sly. The only 2 kickers are listed right there. But yeah, Joey Sly is their kicker. I know he's been kind of inconsistent in the past. So you want to take a kicker right here, or you want to move on to a different position?
Yeah, let's take Riley Patterson.
Riley Patterson, the kicker out of Memphis. I haven't heard. I mean, I don't really do much research about this guy, but I know you guys have Joey Sly, and now adding another kicker. Do you just not trust Sly at all?
I'm actually a big fan of Sly, but I just feel like that for whatever reason, the Panthers do not trust Sly in some form, even though they have him kicking 70-yarders at the end of every game, the second half of the season. I just don't know what's up with that. And sometimes Sly's missed a couple chip shots, which has been kind of iffy. So I guess we can bring in another kicker and see what he has.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think, I mean, I can definitely see the the lack of trust with Joey Sly, but another kicker, I mean, it could help them. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right. So that is the end of the draft right there. You got Patrick Surtain, Wyatt Davis, Jamie Newman, Shaun Wade, Daz Newsome, Malcolm Kuntze, Noah Gray, Foster Sarell, and Riley Patterson. How would you grade this draft, Moody Booty?
I'd probably grade it an A- for the picks I do know. We got the value we needed. We got the impact players we needed. And at this point, we just got to find how they would play in our schemes and execute.
For sure, definitely. All right, well, that is the Carolina Panthers mock draft. Before you go, man, I want you to plug one thing, where people can find you at. If you have a Twitter, Instagram, you name it. If you don't have anything, that's all good, or you don't want to do anything, that's all good. But give it to us. Tell us where to follow you if we want to follow you guys.
I don't tweet much at all, but my Twitter handle is at UnchainedBronc1. So
UnchainedBronc1. Okay.
The daily 3-month tweet. You can come on over.
For sure, man. All right. Well, I appreciate having you on the stream. Really fun doing a draft for another team. Nice way to start off. But hey, man, I appreciate you having you on. And yeah, man, hope to connect with you in the future. Have a good one, man.
You too.
All right. See you, man. All right. So next guest we got on right here. 9 to 5 Car. What's good, man?
Yo,
What's good? How you been?
I'm chilling. What about you?
Chilling. Pretty good. All right. So
Yeah,
I know you pretty well on Twitter. I'm going to assume that this is a 49ers draft.
yeah, I'll do the Niners.
All right, that sounds good. Let me get this going. All right, so again, just tell me how to control it. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when to play. Tell me to do everything.
Yeah, I
So
won't take any
um,
trades. We have a shit ton of picks anyways. It's unrealistic.
yeah, for sure, definitely. All right, so let's get this draft started. Obviously, you'll start off with probably Trevor Lawrence, if this
Yeah,
can load.
man.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, and then after that, I can get a big whack. Jalen Waddle at number 2. That's not happening, but hey, man.
Yeah,
Oh, the
it is
Patriots
what
trade
it
up to
is.
get
He'll be off
Fields.
the board before us. That's all that matters.
For sure. Oh, the Giants
Oh
snatched
my
Lance right
God, come
out of that.
on,
That
man.
probably would not happen.
Fuck.
That
Alright.
definitely sucks for the 49ers. I know your
Yeah, it is what
name.
it is. I'll draft around it. See,
You'll
there
draft.
now I would kind of take it. Now I would kind of look into a trade.
All right. So you got
Um,
this offer from Kansas City right here.
Nah,
You got
I'm
this
not
offer
taking.
from the Raiders,
See,
and then
yeah,
you
I'll
got
take
this.
the Raiders. Yeah, I'll take the Raiders deal then.
All right. So moving back from 12 to 17, you're giving up a third. They're giving you a second. I mean, I
Yeah,
honestly like this deal. They're coming up. They're going to take Surtain. I like that
yeah,
pick
I
for
like
them.
them and Washington as a trade spot if we were to.
Yeah, for sure. Washington is another team. If especially if we don't want a quarterback and Trey Lance is there, expect
Yeah,
Washington to maybe come up and make a move. So, yeah. Okay, you
yeah.
got 2 offers right
Nah,
here.
I'll pass
Carolina's
on
offer
that. I'm
you.
not gonna trade down twice.
You're not going to trade. You see a guy that you want.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, who you want?
Well, yeah, I'll take Rashawn Slater off the board there.
Rashawn Slater. I did a pretty good film session on him today. I mean, I really like him. I assume you can kind of say the same thing. So, I mean, kind of explain
Yeah,
what's your
because I think
process
either
with Rashawn
way,
Slater
if
here.
Trent leaves, so if Trent Williams leaves, you get your tackle there. And then either way, we need interior linemen like everywhere. So it's a win-win. If he's not a tackle, you play him at guard. If he's a tackle, you play him at tackle. And best case
Yeah,
scenario,
for
Trent stays, you play him at guard.
Yeah, I mean, I did a pretty good film session on Rashawn Slater today. I liked what I saw of him. He's no Penei Sewell, but I definitely think it's a good move to have him there, have them
Yeah,
on this offensive line. You can move him around in a lot of places, so I definitely think it's good. I was actually going to look at the next guy who was taking Darsaw after this stream, so I'm looking forward
yeah,
to
I'm
doing
fine with
that.
either of
But
those guys. But I mean, you were talking about like moving him around. You can't say that about Peninsula as much. Like he's a unique player. You saw him against
yeah,
Chase
Sewell.
Young. He put up good reps against Chase Young.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was one of the games I watched today. He did pretty well against Chase Young. So, yeah. Okay. Now you're on the clock at 43. You got this offer from Tampa and this offer from Kansas City, or you can
Nah,
take
I'll
a guy
pass
that
on
you
those
see up
ones.
there.
Yeah, I'll
What
pass on those.
you'll pass on those. All right. What you want to do here?
You
You can
is
guide me through
Elijah
whatever you want
Molden
to.
on the board from Washington?
Elijah Molden, the cornerback out of Washington. I believe he
Yeah,
is
he
at
listed as
61.
He's
He's a
yeah. I'll take
cornerback. You want
Elijah
to take him
Molden
here?
there.
All right, perfect. The
Yeah,
slot cornerback. So, do you think K1's leaving with this pick, or are you just taking him to just
yeah. I
have
do
a
think
cornerback?
K1's leaving, and I think you just get K1 2.0 there. Same player,
Yeah, for sure.
good upside. He's proven at Washington. I watched a lot of them there because I'm a Cal fan. So, you got a couple picks against us, but I think even then you can play him at safety too. There's versatility there. So
For sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
Elijah
I
Molden.
think like
That
versatility. You draft for versatility, like Slater, same thing.
now you got a
Worst
guy
case
like
scenario,
Elijah
you
Molden.
fill another need. Yeah,
Exactly. So Elijah Molden, I have not watched that much cornerback film. That's a guy I want to get to for sure. So I'm really looking forward to watch that. But you're on the clock again at 48 after you made that trade with the Raiders. Again, you do not have a third round pick. You traded that in that deal as well. You got an offer from
yeah. I
Minnesota, and
mean,
you
I'm
got an
fine with
offer
that.
from what?
No, I'll pass on those. I'll pass
You'll
on
pass on the.
those because I mean,
All right, let's
yeah,
go
we have
back
a
to
ton
all.
of
Sorry.
conditionals.
For sure. All right.
So pick 48. Jalen Phillips on the board is interesting. Also saw
Yeah, for
Creed
sure.
Humphrey down there.
Creed Humphreys right here.
Honestly,
Landon Dickerson should be on the board too, I believe.
yeah. I mean, if we're assuming Weston Richburg either gets cut or retires, so yeah, I'd take Creed Humphrey there then.
All right, so Creed Humphrey is the pick at 48.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So Creed Humphrey, the center of Oklahoma. I've seen him in the it's interesting with Creed Humphrey because I've seen him like all over the place. I've seen him as the best center. I've seen him as the fourth best center. 48 for Creed Humphrey. I mean, the 49ers need a center. I mean, personally, I think Garland can start, but Creed Humphrey, that's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, I mean, Garland graded out really well from Pro Football Focus, but he's also getting up there in age. Like, he was a late bloomer. And I mean, Creed Humphrey,
sure.
in my opinion, especially with Landon Dickerson tearing his ACL, I think he's the best center in the class. So at 48 or whatever that was, that's really good value, and you get a starting center day one.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think Creed Humphrey, you get a lot of value there. And I definitely think he did fit well with this team. Arizona got Jalen Phillips. That is that might be tough. So
that would be
all right, but yeah, for sure. All right, so we don't have a third round pick, so we're probably just going to be waiting here for a while. But I mean, if we look at the picks that we took already, we took Rashawn Slater at 17. We traded back with the Raiders. You got Elijah Molden and you got Creed Humphreys. So really just building, filling in those trenches, protecting the quarterback. I can assume at this point, are you going to stick with Jimmy as quarterback?
I mean, in this case, like I would have taken Trey Lance if he was on the board, but I mean, I'm personally, like, I know there's a lot of people who are against this, but I would take Mac Jones in like the 15 to 32 range. I would take him, but
yeah, for sure.
I'd stick with Jimmy if we have to. I don't think he's the worst. Like, a lot of people kind of over exaggerated off of the Miami game and the Seattle game, but I don't think he's the worst when healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly believe that Jimmy Garoppolo is a fine quarterback. My only problem is I don't know if Kyle Shanahan trusts him, and that's why I kind of want a new quarterback because I'm not sure about that trust factor right there. But you got two offensive linemen to protect that. So yeah, all right, 117. You're on the clock. There's a lot of guys available that, in my opinion, are pretty damn good talent for 117.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Keith Taylor on the board. I think he's pretty good. But here, can you go wide receiver?
Yeah, wide receiver. There's still a lot of talent there. Marquez Stevenson, Austin Watkins, I've heard a lot of. Daz Newsome, I like. We saw him in the last draft.
I see two guys that I would probably take there. And I know one of them. This is kind of like, because I know South Carolina fired their coach, who Kyle Shanahan had a good bond with, especially since he was with Deebo Samuel, Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah, Javon Kinlaw.
I think Shi Smith would be a good pick. I also think Austin Watkins, he was at the Senior Bowl. He's going on Javi's podcast.
Oh, yeah, he did pretty well at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, he's great. I was watching a lot of his stuff the other day. I watched Shi Smith, too. It's kind of hard to gauge Shi Smith because this quarterback was fucking ass. But,
yeah.
I think in this mock, I'll just go Shi Smith, South Carolina.
Yeah, for sure. Shi Smith getting that connection right there. That's another guy I want to watch more film on. Shi Smith, I've heard fantastic things about. Niners. Yeah. When you see South Carolina and you see the 49ers, it seems like something's could come together. So Shi Smith, the pick. I mean,
I'm sure Deebo will be advocating for that pick.
Oh, and Kinlaw too.
He can play in the slot. Yeah, Kinlaw too.
Yeah, I mean, slot receiver is another pretty big need for us, if you ask me. I mean, who did you have? You had Trent Taylor there, didn't really perform. Kendrick Bourne.
I mean, I don't think Trent will be back. Kendrick's more of an outside receiver, in my opinion. Like, they've tried.
Yeah, that's my other thing with Kendrick Bourne. I think he's more of an outside receiver. We might move on for him too.
My guy would be like Jalen Hurd. Obviously, I think he's like, if he plays, you get a 6'5", basically a running back. That would be ideal. But I mean, I'm not counting on that. So
absolutely, I definitely think the injuries are the biggest concern with him. Yeah. So for sure. All right, you're at pick 156. I don't think Lynch
goes into next year with depending on Jalen Hurd as a one.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurd. You definitely got to figure that out. So yeah, for sure. All right, so let's just look at what we have so far at 156. You took Rashawn Slater, Elijah Molden, Creed Humphrey. So you got two offensive line positions, a cornerback, and a wide receiver. So Now you're at
Yeah.
pick 156. There's a lot of talent that other needs. You got edge. Dalen Hayes had a great interview with the Niners. Apparently, safety could be another need. You could go another cornerback, or you could take a quarterback
I
here.
see Divine Diablo. I know he's also. I said it for Austin Watkins. He's going on Javi's podcast too, from what I heard.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
that could
like
be another guy.
Cameron Bynum too. I don't think he goes that high. He's like I'm a California and whatnot, but I don't think Cameron Bynum goes that high, so I won't take him there. Can you go to
All right.
safeties?
Yeah, let's go safety.
Yeah.
Defense, safety. So you got Divine Diablo, Jacoby Stevens, DeMar Hamlin, Paris Ford, and Tariq Thompson are two sleeper guys I definitely think I really like.
I've seen Paris Ward. I think he's pretty good.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of Jacoby Stevens, but I think like Diablo and Ford can both be that like deep safety because Jimmy Ward plays in the box more or less, and Tarvarius Moore is another guy who kind of plays in the box. He's not that good at it, but I believe in Tarvarius Moore. He's just shitty. He takes shitty angles.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
All right.
guess yeah, Paris Ford's probably the pick there then.
Paris
Yeah,
Ford, the
sweet.
safety out of Pitt. That's a guy I've definitely liked, and you explained the pick pretty well.
Yeah, you just need a deep guy. Even Parker's
Exactly.
never really that. They've just been sacking the box a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So I definitely like that pick. I know Callie says right here, edge rusher. You haven't addressed that yet. Any reason as to why, or just the value hasn't been there for you?
I mean, I was thinking about it there. Obviously, I would have picked like it was either Jalen Phillips or interior. But I mean, I think edge rusher you can either address in free agency. Kerry Hyder, I think people are really overvaluing where Kerry Hyder like could sign and whatnot. Because really, look at the first 4 or 5 years of his career. He was nothing with Dallas. He had one decent year with Detroit. I don't know if any team other than New York Jets with Salah really offer him much money.
For
But I
sure.
guess
And
I'll probably
Kusterek,
look in,
too.
yeah. And I would have looked into edge here. We probably will anyways. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Kusterek could be another guy. I mean, I think Kusterek had a big part in his success this year. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Kerry Hyder's agent would be dumb to ignore that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
for
think
sure.
he comes back.
Definitely. All right, you got a trade from Buffalo to move 2 spots back.
Actually, yeah, I guess I'll take that.
2 spots back. Okay, yeah, they're jumping Green Bay. They take a cornerback. Green Bay takes Robert Jones, and you're now on the clock at 175. Those are both two needs you got out of the way already. So now you're up at 175. What are you going to do here?
While we're on the topic, you may as well go to edge.
All right, let's look at edge. So you got Ellerson Smith. That's a guy I've heard some good things about. Jonathan Cooper had another good interview
we met
with
with
the
Jonathan
Niners.
Cooper, so I guess I'll go Jonathan Cooper there. I like
Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another Ohio State guy, Jonathan Cooper, the edge, going to the 49ers. Yeah, I definitely think edge is definitely, as Callie said right here, edge could be one of our biggest needs, especially if we did trade Bosa for a guy like Deshaun Watson, which I don't know if it's happening right now.
I'd rather not. Well, no, I'd rather get Watson, but like obviously you'd hate to see Bosa go. And if that was the case, we'd go edge in whatever pick we can hold on to. But in that case, I mean, and I don't think Jordan Willis is. I think he's more of an interior guy. But I really like Jordan Willis. I like what we saw from him. It was a weird trade, like it was so random, but I think he can be a good player too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's any like downside keeping him. So I definitely think that's another guy to have. Jonathan Cooper. I mean, this team loves just edge depth, and that's another guy who I definitely can think edge depth. You got a 5th round pick right there. I definitely think it's good. I mean, the speed rusher, I think the D Ford replacement is going to come in free agency. I know I mentioned Bud Dupree. I don't know if the money's going to be there, but I think that's going to be
a pricey one. But I think this offseason is kind of hard to look into, but we can come out of it knowing exactly what D'Amico Ryans wants to establish, and then it becomes easier for coming off seasons.
Exactly. So, yeah. All right, you're at pick 182 again. This is the comp pick from the Broncos. What do you want to do here?
Yeah. You look at quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks?
I don't think Mullins will play next year.
Mullins, yeah, the quarterback rankings have been kind of all over the place. I've seen Ellinger. I know someone who ranked Ellinger as the 4th best quarterback in the draft, which is
Sam Ellinger stinks. I've watched pretty much every quarterback, like all those quarterbacks listed. I've watched a decent amount of. I would say I'm a fan of Shane Buechele, like not as this like high end.
I like him too.
I think he can be a good backup.
Yeah, for
KJ
sure.
Costello stinks. I don't think he's an NFL guy. I think Shane Buechele and Brady White are both guys who will make teams as backups. And I'd go
Mhm.
Shane Buechele there. You can hire a lot of volume running air raid in college.
For sure. So Shane
Yeah,
Buechele is the
pick
pick
him.
at 182.
Yeah, I mean, my guy, if we were going late round quarterbacks, would be Davis Mills, but he's obviously off the board there. So
Yeah,
Buechele
he's
would.
ranked really. He's surprisingly. Well, unfortunately for Davis Mills fans, he's ranked extremely high in this simulation. I think he might be higher than
Yeah.
Trask. I'm not. I need to double check that, but
I
he
think
is
Davis
ranked.
Mills is better than Trask in my opinion. I think teams will see
Oh,
that. So
yeah, I definitely think Davis Mills has kind of been skyrocketing up boards really quickly. So, yeah, for sure.
yeah,
All right,
that's because he was an
190.
interesting declare. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely. All right, 196. You're back on the clock here. Going through what we did, you got Rashawn Slater, Elijah Molden, Creed Humphreys, Shai Smith, Paris Ford, Jonathan Cooper, and Shane Buechele. You got 4 picks left, so a lot of draft picks so far
yeah, we got a
that we've already
I got a
made. You got
decent idea of what we're gonna do there, but
for sure. All right, so if you got a decent idea of what we're gonna do at
yeah.
196, give it to me. What we're gonna do here?
Can we see the tight ends?
Tight ends. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've really been trying to get that tight end too. I'm not sure if Jordan Reed comes back. He looked like he fucking hated San Francisco.
Probably
on the
not. Yeah.
sideline.
The
Yeah,
connection
he
was not
looked
there
like
with
he
the
was done.
backups too.
But I mean, I think if we're going Shane Buechele, I doubt he becomes a starter anyway. You may as well go the other SMU tight end, Kylan
Kylan
Granson.
Granson. Smart
Yeah,
pick right there.
he showed up a bit when I watched Buechele, but I think it works.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a backup quarterback and then a backup tight end who went to the same school, should help
Yeah.
them ease in pretty well. Ooh, the Patriots got Anthony Schwartz. That's going to be a fantastic fit for them.
I think, yeah, Anthony Schwartz was a weird one because Gus Malzahn at Auburn used him terribly. Like, I don't know if he's got much like route running ability or whatnot, but all he did was run bubble screens in college.
Yeah, he's a speed guy from what I've heard, and I heard. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that teams are at least one team is extremely high on him. I saw that rumor on Twitter, but
yeah, I mean, if Anthony Schwartz ran because obviously he's gonna benefit from no combine. I think he's a 4.3, like late 4.2 guy, but if he ran like a 4.4, he wouldn't get drafted. There's not much other reason to pick him.
Yeah, I think speed is definitely a big factor there. I like Seth Williams a lot better than Anthony Schwartz. So
yeah, I like Seth Williams. They're opposite picks. It's like you go from a 6'4" like box out receiver to Anthony Schwartz is just fast.
For sure, definitely. All right, 228. This is one of 3 7th rounders that you have. What do you want to do here?
I think I'm not a big fan of drafting running backs. I take a look at one here.
Might as well. It's pretty late. Jamar Jefferson's a sleeper guy that a lot of people have been bringing up.
I was thinking of Jamar Jefferson, Ricky Boyd, last chance you guy.
I think Matt Miller mocked him.
Yeah,
Matt Miller mocked him to us round 7.
I didn't watch it much, but I remember him going off in last chance you. Master Teague's another guy went to OSU. I guess Jamar Jefferson was amazing. Like he torched Kyle first carry 90 yards to the house. I think he's a good player.
For sure, definitely. So you're gonna take him here?
Yeah, I'd take him there.
Jamar Jefferson. Okay, I like that. I think that's a fantastic pick for the Niners. I gotta say. I think. I mean, as I say, Kyle Shanahan can really work with any running back that he wants, and Jamar Jefferson, I think, is a fantastic fit for the 49ers.
Jamar Jefferson is Tevin Coleman for us. Or Tevin Coleman might be like the worst running back I've ever watched. At least that last year. But I think he's that goal.
Yeah, I mean, Tevin Coleman struggled a lot last year. Getting that replacement is going to be huge for the 49ers. And maybe, I mean, you could see, I mean, Kyle Shanahan really can work with any running back he wants. We talking the RB1 here? Maybe.
And I mean, I heard a rumor that Matt Breida might come back. Not sure.
I think that would be a good fit for him, too.
Yeah, Matt Breida's better than Jet. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. You go into the season, 2 power guys, Raheem Mostert as that scat back, and then Matt Breida. I think that's a good fit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, 234, and then you're on the clock at 238 again. So you got 2 picks right here. Who do we want to do at 234?
Defensive lineman.
Defensive lineman. Okay, so you got defensive tackles right there. I think this is, according to Pro Football Network. This is the top guy on the board, Mustafa
Yeah.
Johnson out of Colorado. And then at edge, you got a few guys right here. Yeah, but this is the range where I don't really know.
Patrick Johnson a bit from Tulane. Also, like a defensive lineman, Chris Tonga is pretty good. So I guess let's go defensive lineman. We already picked an edge. Chris Tonga from BYU. He's at the top.
He's right there. Oh, yeah. Chris, that's an interesting name to sell, Chris. That's why I got confused. But
yeah,
Chris Tonga
is all right too. But
for sure. Have you watched any Chris Tonga film?
I've watched BYU like games a bit. I watched them live because I wanted to see Zach Wilson a while ago, and I thought we'd get him. But yeah, he was pretty good. Good value in the 7th.
For sure, definitely. All right, and then you're back again at 238.
I like Shakur Brown from Michigan State. PFF Draft Guide really highlighted him.
Oh, sorry, but I didn't know if you wanted to take him or not. I accidentally clicked that right there.
Yeah, take him. I was just gonna say, like, Pro Football Focus graded him pretty highly. Their draft guide kind of talked about him. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him pretty high on some boards too. Another guy. I haven't really looked at the defensive side of the ball yet. I really looked at the top 3 cornerbacks because I was going to do that for a video, but I definitely want to get more defensive side of the ball. Still on the offensive side, watching film.
You were talking about Mukwama earlier. Like, I like him too.
Yeah, Mukwama. The 4 guys I've really watched are Surtain, Horn, Farley, and Mukwama. Those are really the 4 guys I watched. I like Patrick Surtain the most by far.
Yeah.
Then probably Farley, Horn, and then Mukwama.
Yeah,
he's in last, but I really like him as a late round pick.
A lot too. You should check out Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, I've heard great things about him as well, so I'll have to check that out. But
yeah.
All right. So this draft right here, that we traded back from 17, we did not get Trey Lance. Unfortunately, we took Rashawn Slater instead, which I believe is a great pick. Then you got Elijah Molden, Creed Humphrey, Shai Smith, Paris Ford, Jonathan Cooper, Shane Buechele, Kylan Granson, Jamar Jefferson, Chris Tonga, and Shakur Brown. Lots of picks right here. How would you grade this draft, man?
I mean, I think that's obviously, I think not getting a quarterback, it's kind of out of their control because the Giants took one, but I think it's a solid B. D'Amico Ryans establishes the defense, and you can win now with those linemen. So I think it fills all our needs except quarterback.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I think if you get those guys, really, Slater and Creed Humphrey, I think quarterback, you look at Garoppolo, I think he's in a fantastic situation because you could have a line where it's Trent Williams, Laken Tomlinson, Creed Humphrey, Rashawn Slater, Mike McGlinchey. That's a pretty damn good O-line, if you ask me. I think that puts him in a phenomenal position.
And I mean, worst case scenario, he gets hurt. Maybe Shane Buechele becomes the guy, but you never know.
For sure, definitely. All right, before we go, anything you want to plug? I know you have a Twitter. If you want to plug anything else, make sure to plug it right here.
Right now, because I took down my main for a while, but like,
I don't know.
Maybe if you guys remember 905 car when it's back, but yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on. First Niners draft of the day. Pretty good draft in my opinion.
I'm down to talk draft anytime. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Much. Absolutely. For sure. So
all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, man. Have a good one.
Peace. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. And then before we move on to the next guest, once again, pinned comment right here. If you guys want to join, click that link, join. I'm happy to have more guests on. I'm going to cap it off in an hour and a half. We're almost 50 minutes in. So really only got a few more guys. But if you guys want to join, feel free to join. You don't have to be a draft guru. You do not have to be a Niners fan. The first draft was a Carolina Panthers draft. So that's all good. Also, the link's on Twitter if you want to do that. But let's welcome the next guests right here. Dom, what's good, man?
What's up, Sam? How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Doing good as well. Hi.
For sure. So I see you wearing a Niners shirt. I'm going to assume that you want to do a 49ers draft, 7 rounds.
That is correct. You 100%.
Perfect. All right, let's get going. Again, tell me when to pause. Tell me when to make trades. Scroll around. Tell me what to do about everything. But let's get to it. So obviously it's going to start off with a guy like Trevor Lawrence. And then sometimes there'll be a whack like Jamar Chase at 2. That's probably not happening. But
that's a little high for Jamar Chase. I didn't really expect him to go that high. I have to go first round, but like that's pretty high to go number 2.
For sure, definitely. Okay, so the top 4 quarterbacks are off the board. You have one offer from Chicago right there, or you can take a guy on the board right here.
Let's decline it. Is Mac Jones available?
Mac Jones is available. Are you going to go Mac Jones at 12?
Yeah, well, okay. Okay, like who else do we have though? Like what we like
I mean,
okay, we're
you can take
definitely
all.
not
There's a lot. If you want me to just scroll around, feel free to do that. If you want me to, I mean, up to you, man. If you want to take Mac Jones at 12, feel free to do that. It's totally up to you. This
let's
is your
take Mac
draft.
Jones 12. We're doing it Mac Jones at 12. He's
Mac
legit. I
Jones
believe he's
at
legit.
Mac Jones at 12. There you go. You think he would be a good fit in Shanahan's system as well?
I think he could because he's similar play style to Garoppolo. Maybe he's not the most mobile, but Garoppolo was the most mobile, but he still balled out that one year. Mac Jones is the most mobile, but he's definitely more mobile than Garoppolo. Like if you've ever watched his film, like you see he's very good. He's a quick decision maker. He can make a quick pass. He has a really good arm as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think with Mac Jones, my only thing with Mac Jones is I definitely think he has a pretty low ceiling in my opinion. That's my only thing. I definitely think he can start right away. So I definitely think it would be a decent fit for the 49ers. Also, I know Niners Twitter would just be livid if they took him at 12, but if they want Mac Jones, if they love Mac Jones, I do not care. We'll take Mac Jones at 12 and I'll be fine. So let's move on. Devontae Smith at 13. That's a fantastic pick. And Dom, I know you're an Alabama guy, so Mac Jones, I can understand that pick.
I'm still deciding where I want to go.
Yeah, for sure. But still, I mean, Mac Jones, I think it would be a decent pick for the 49ers. So, yeah. And then again, tell me if you want to trade. Tell me if you want to do anything. We're coming up at 43. That's 3 picks away. Kadarius Toney at 35. That is an absolute steal by the Atlanta Falcons. So,
yeah, I was hoping
for sure.
we'd get like Elijah Moore.
Yeah. Elijah Moore. I believe Elijah Moore is available if you want to take him right here.
Oh, yeah. Don't take any offer. Just do not trade. Just let's take Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore. There you go. Elijah Moore. Now, in my opinion, he's criminally underrated on this list. I've watched some film. I got to say, I think Elijah Moore would be an absolutely fantastic fit for the 49ers.
He would replace Kendrick Bourne. Like, think about that, though. We have Debo, Ayuk, and then Elijah Moore.
I think that would be, I'm totally with you. I think that would be a phenomenal wide receiver core for Elijah Moore right there. So,
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the best receiver core in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if that's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you got young core of those 3. You got a slot receiver in Elijah Moore who can do a lot of jet sweeps. I think it would be a phenomenal fit to this offense. Yeah. I heard that there's one team extremely high on Elijah Moore. I wonder if that's the Niners right there. But Elijah Moore at 43, even though this simulation is going to say it's a bad pick, I love Elijah Moore, and I definitely think he'd be a fantastic fit for the 49ers.
Great. And also, Ole Miss has produced good receivers out of A.J. Brown and DK
Metcalf. So, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, I dig the pick right there for sure. So, Elijah Moore right there. Coming up, next pick, I believe, is in the 70s somewhere. Oh, no, it's 102. We don't have our third. I forgot about that. So, bit of a wait, but yeah, for sure. So we take a wide receiver, you take a quarterback. Did you go? I know a lot of people are saying that wide receiver not as big as need as a offensive line cornerback or edge rusher. Do you think it's just because of the talent for Elijah Moore? Is that why you took Elijah Moore over those needs? Probably.
Yes, absolutely. I have faith in him. I have 100% faith in the guy. Like he's the guy that's already proven himself to be an absolute baller. Like he can. Like he's succeeded at Ole Miss. I think he was the number 2 receiver in the country, I believe, this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he did pretty well at Ole Miss right there. So, I mean, I'll take the pick right there. Coming up to 102, obviously Callie says right here, Mac Jones, a bit of a reach, but I mean, I just defend, like, I know a lot of people are going to say Mac Jones is a reach at 12. Just how about you tell people why it's not a reach and why you think Mac Jones is fine for pick 12?
Because, like I said, if we're in a situation where, let's say, Lance is available, and which probably he won't. We definitely know Zach Wilson won't be available. We definitely know Justin Fields won't be available if we don't trade up. But given the situation that we have in this draft, that Trey Lance was not available, I would take Mac Jones. But if Trey Lance was available, I would take Trey Lance. That's how I feel. Sure. But he's still like Mac Jones. He's legit. Like he's legit. He can do I think he can be very good. Like I think he can help this team a lot.
And I mean, if I gotta say, if the Niners trust Mac Jones, I would not be opposed to them taking him at 12. And I mean, especially for quarterback, you gotta get your guys. So I mean, I can definitely see I mean, even though I think a lot of people would hate it, I think it'd be a fine pick. So, yeah. Okay, you got one offer from the Houston Texans. If you want to take that, let me know, or you can scroll around a little bit. Tell me where to go.
Let's look around.
All right, what position do you want to go with? Just looking at all this position, you got offense, defense. What you want to do?
I'm not going to take Amari Rodgers though, but I'm just surprised that he's that high. Like he's this low. Like he was ranked pretty high at one point.
Yeah, for sure. Amari Rodgers, I definitely think 102. If we didn't take Elijah Moore, I think I would probably take him here.
Oh, for sure.
But
for sure. Like let's see. Let's look at the running backs. Like
running back early. There you go. So interesting right here. So
I'm deciding right now between Chuba Hubbard or what's the guy from Oregon State again?
Oregon State, Jamar Jefferson.
Yes,
that is
yes.
very high for Jamar Jefferson.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that's a really tough one to say, to be honest. I like Chuba Hubbard. Have you guys seen that? That guy he's damn good.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
But I don't know if I got a running back here because, like, let's look at the corners.
Cornerback. Okay. Yeah. A bit more of a need for the Niners right there. You got some pretty good guys there. Paulson Adebo, Kerry Vincent, Cam Bynum, Keith Taylor, Ambry Thomas. Pretty good value for cornerback right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good. I'm deciding now. Like, I think Bynum would be a good fit though, but still, I have to do my research on that. And like, should we take a safety? Let's look at the safeties you have available because that's another
safeties. Yeah, Andre Cisco is another guy I like. Sean Wade is a guy who's really fallen throughout this process. Those are two guys I really like. Crosswell out of Arizona State. He was at the Senior Bowl, I'm pretty sure. So, oh no, was he? I forget. I don't know. But yeah, that's the safeties right there. If you want to take a look at that, I can scroll down a bit more. All right, what you want to do here, Dom?
Let's think. One thing I actually do forget about is linebackers because we lost Quan and he didn't really it's not like it was that much, but like as you know, forgiven how much you paid him. But the thing is though, like Azeez Al-Shaair, like I'm not so sold on him yet. So like I would see what linebacker options we have.
Linebackers there again. You also have a trade from Houston. If you want to wait on a guy, you can trade back with Houston right now. Up to you, but
how about let's just trade with Houston. You're
going to trade with Houston. Okay, so 109 and 203 for 102. We'll make the trade with Houston going into the fourth round. Now on day 3, and now we're back on the clock at 109. And really, no guy went. Andre Cisco did go. There's
an offer from. Did you not take the trade?
You're going to trade down with the Chargers right here.
No.
Oh, reject it.
Reject it. Yeah,
reject it. Okay, let's go back to all. You got some guys right here if you want to take them. Quincy Roach, that would be a fantastic pick right here.
Oh, that guy was ranked really high at one point. I swear.
Quincy Roach. Well, there's Gregory Rousseau, Jalen Phillips, Quincy Roach. All the Miami guys are really pretty good in my opinion. So you could go that. If you want to take another look at edge right here.
Let's look at the edges.
Dalen Hayes had a pretty good interview with the Niners.
Let's go with Quincy Roach. Let's go.
Quincy Roach. There you go. You got anything to say about Quincy Roach? Any reason why you take him here?
Like I'm not like I didn't watch him watch him too much, but what I've read that he I remember at one point, maybe I might be thinking Rousseau or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I think at one point we were considering have a pretty high draft stock.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Rousseau. Rousseau is like a top 5 pick. He's still a round 1 guy, but he opted out this season. That's why his stock's falling a little bit. But Roach and Phillips really took his place right there on the Miami defensive line. But Roach round 4, I like that pick a lot. So there you go. That's pretty good. So first 3 picks, let's take a look at them. Mac Jones, Elijah Moore, Quincy Roach. So you get the quarterback need, you get a slot receiver, you get an edge. Pretty good draft so far, I got to say. And we'll come up on the clock again, I believe, in round 5.
Trask really low.
Yeah, Kyle Trask 110 to the Browns. I know this this simulation doesn't have him that high. So, yeah. Okay, you're back on the clock at 117.
Okay, let's look at the cornerbacks.
Cornerbacks. Okay, let's do it. Another guy. I'm just going to point out another guy because I might as well. This guy, Israel Mukuwamu, I am way higher on than this draft simulation. So, that's just a guy I wanted to point out.
Cameron Bynum. Like
That's
that
going to be
guy.
the pick here.
Yeah, let's go to Cameron Bynum. Like 'cause
Cam
I've
Bynum
watched
out
him
of
play
Cal.
he's great. Like I think he could be a steal. Not gonna be a starter right away, but I think he needs some time to develop to get where where the Niners want him to be.
For sure. And I definitely think that Cam Bynum, I don't think we necessarily need him to start right away. We'll probably get a guy like Verrett back. So it might work out for him. But yeah, I think round 4 is pretty good value for him. So yeah, guys, one more thing before we continue on. There's no one else in the waiting room. So after this, I'm going to end the stream unless you guys want to join. If you guys want to join, make sure to click the link, which is the pinned comment right here. All fans are welcome. You don't have to be a Niners fan. You don't have to be a draft guru. You can hop on, join, do whatever you want. So hop on, or else I'm going to end the stream after Dom is done. But overall, I mean, this has been pretty fun so far. So I'd love to get a few more people on before we end it. We'll do some more of these later on. So yeah, but back to the draft. You're on the clock at 156, I believe. The Ravens offered you a deal right here, or you could go to the board. There's some really good talent available just by looking at this right here.
Yeah, let's keep our current picks. Do not trade.
Do not trade. Let's reject the offer right there. 156. There's a lot of talent right here, especially at guard. David Moore, that's a guy who I know has been on Javi's pod. Robert Jones, another guy I've heard about a little bit. Playing guard. He's a swing guy too, because I know some people have him ranked at tackle.
I think I forgot. Wait, did I forget to draft an O lineman?
You have not drafted no line. You've taken Mac Jones, Elijah Moore, Quincy Roach, and Cam Bynum.
Okay, let's get an O line right here. Let's get an O line.
All right, so you can go tackle. You can go tackle right here. You can go guard right here. I know Robert Jones is a swing guy, so he can play tackle and guard out of Middle Tennessee. David Moore is another guy who did pretty well at the Senior Bowl. And then looking at tackle, you got these guys right here. I don't know too much about these. Landon Young's pretty good. Same with Jalen Moore. And then also Jack Anderson. That's another sleeper guy in my opinion. So that's what I got right there, but up to you.
With the 100,
or you could go center too. You could go center too. Take one of these guys.
Do we need a center though?
I mean, yes. I mean, Weston Richburg could be done. Ben Garland could come in and be the center. I think he can do that, but I would not be surprised if we took a center. We could sign him in free agency too, but offensive tackle, offensive guard, offensive center, especially round 5, I don't think you can go wrong.
Let's get a swing guy for this because it's kind of a 50. We're pretty 50-50 on Richburg, so let's get a swing guy.
Let's get a swing guy. Okay, so looking at the board, just from what I know, Robert Jones he can play guard, he can play tackle. Do you want to take him here?
Let's take him.
Let's take Robert Jones. There you go. So do you know anything about Robert Jones? If you don't, it's all good.
I don't really know much about him though.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched much film on him either, but I know that he did do pretty well at Tennessee. He can play guard. He can play tackle. He's listed as tackle for some people, listed as guard. So I definitely think, especially might be able to fill in the role of right guard, definitely in that conversation. So I definitely think that's a good pick for the San Francisco 49ers right there. So yeah, for sure. All right. And we have a few more round 5 picks. So I believe we're at 173 up next. Looking at what we got, the Seahawks.
Yeah, we should go for running back our next pick.
All right, running back round 5. Interesting. Is there any guy you want on the board?
Okay. Looks like Chuba Hubbard was taken.
Yeah, he was taken probably a while back.
Wait, go to Jamar Jefferson.
Jamar Jefferson. All right, out of Oregon State.
Let's take him. That guy's gonna be
Jamar Jefferson at Oregon State, 173. I gotta say, I think a lot of Niners fans are not expecting the Niners to take a running back really early. Do you think there's a reason why you're taking Jamar Jefferson at 173?
Well, because the guy's literally he's not, maybe won't be as good as Etienne, Najee Harris, and some of these other guys, but still though, the guy's seen as rated as the most underrated, seen as the most underrated running back in college football. The guy seems to come with a bet. He's seen as a guy who can he has tons of potential in the future, and he just Oregon State never really has been that strong of a program, so he hasn't really had as much time to shine. But they can see his talent though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Jamar Jefferson's definitely another good guy that I've seen on boards. Definitely another sleeper. So, I mean, I'll take him at 173. A lot of people are going to say it's a bit of a reach, especially when you have other needs that you might want to fill ahead of running back. Because I'm the type of guy that says Kyle Shanahan can work with any running back, But I mean, if he loves a guy that much, it's definitely saying something. So, yeah. All right, you're on the clock again at 182. Looking at what you have done so far, Mac Jones, Elijah Moore, Quincy Roach, Cam Bynum, Robert Jones, and Jamar Jefferson. You got 5 picks remaining.
Oh, wow.
What you want to do at 182?
Let's get a safety.
Let's get a safety. Okay, let's look at safeties. Paris Ford, Tariq Thompson. Those are 2 guys who are sleepers, in my opinion. Definitely guys I would consider taking. You got these 2 guys ahead of them, too. So, yeah, what you want to do if you want to take a safety here, or do you want me to go to another position?
Let's take a safety here. I'm not really didn't watch a ton of film on safeties though, but Jamie Sherwood, like, do you know anything about him?
You know, I haven't watched too much film on him. I've really looked at Tariq Thompson, Paris Ford. I haven't really got to the defensive film. I've really been just doing a ton of offensive film. So that's why I'm kind of doing these like simulations, kind of like getting the guys that I know of pretty much. But Jamin Sherwood, he is the highest guy on this board, the safety out of Auburn. Again, SEC defense, it's always something you want to see on a resume. So I definitely think that's a pretty good pick for you.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, you got anything else to say on him, or not really?
Not really, honestly. But if it's an SEC, like, I actually trust the SEC producing pretty good products, as like, you know, like, they produce pretty good products, as you know.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. All right, Tamorion Terry got taken 1 pick ahead. That is my guy right there. But anyways, you're on the clock at 196 again. Where do you want to go here?
Let's get our backup QB. Let's get our backup.
Let's get a backup quarterback. Okay. There's a lot of guys right here. Who do you want?
Let's go with not Felipe Franks. Like, I watched that guy at Arkansas this year. I was pretty disappointed, I had to say. Like,
I'm not a big fan of Felipe Franks either. I'm totally with you on that.
He balled out at Florida though. When he played at Florida, University of Florida. He really balled out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like, okay, what I'm deciding is between Shane Buechele and Ehlinger.
Ehlinger. Those are 2 guys I definitely like a lot.
Yeah, like, which guy's like the more mobile one? Like, Ehlinger seems pretty mobile to me. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think both are fairly. You're going to take Ehlinger?
Yeah, let's go with Ehlinger.
All right, Sam Ehlinger. I know I've seen him all over the place on draft boards. I think 6th round is a pretty good spot for him to go. So Sam Ehlinger, 196. I think that's pretty fair right there. There's Israel Mukuwama. That's another guy that I love right there. But you're back on the clock at 203. This is from the trade that you made with the Houston Texans, moving a few spots back. But back on the clock. Those are your options right there. You can tell me if you want to go another position. What you want to do right here?
You show the team needs.
The what? Oh, the team needs. Yeah, so the team needs right here. You got your quarterback, you got your offensive lineman, which is guard right there, slash tackle. You got your cornerback, you got your edge, you got your safety. So you really filled all of those needs. They only list 5. I don't really use team needs that much. I kind of just based off the top of my head, but you really filled all those needs. You can fill them again if you want. Just get another guy for safety. I know he went 2 receivers last draft. The draft before.
Let's just build a depth chart. With,
all right.
Do you want to fill? What would you say we should fill with another edge, or?
It's up to you. It's up to you. This is your draft. So if you want to fill it with an edge, go ahead. If you want to fill it with a cornerback, go ahead. Up to you, man.
Okay, a receiver though, like, we already have a bunch of receivers, but we didn't really use like Jalen Hurd and all those guys. So I don't think it's really worth to draft another receiver.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, we already have a bunch.
For sure.
Like Jalen Hurd, those other guys. Let's go with. Do you want to just do another safety or something?
Up to you. Do you want to do safety?
Let's just do Paris Ford. Let's go.
Paris Ford, another sleeper that I really like in this draft. Paris Ford, the safety out of Pitt, pretty well at the Senior Bowl from what I saw. So Paris Ford, I definitely think would be a great fit for the 49ers. And filling the depth chart, you got Paris Ford. We took Jamin Sherwood out of Auburn right there. But getting more safety depth, Marcel Tart might not be back. Tarvarius Moore might not be back. Marcel Harris might not be back. We'll have to figure that out. But getting 2 safeties, I like that right there for the 49ers.
Yeah, and someone in the comment section, Ken Mueller, he says offensive line and defensive secondary is a must this offseason.
Absolutely. And offensive line, I think secondary. Well, first of all, secondary, all your guys are going to be free agents. So, you definitely got to fill that quickly. You're going to have some free agents. You're going to have to fill some needs in the draft. Offensive line, like same thing. I think center, I would say the biggest need is like just figuring out what's the case with Weston Richburg. Is he going to be able to play next year? Is his career over? You could sign a guy like Corey Linsley, Alex Mack. Those are two guys that have been heavily rumored to the Niners. Or you can take a center in this draft like Landon Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, something like that. Or the guy out of Wisconsin, Whitewater. I forget his name. And then you got to look at maybe a guard spot guy who can swing to tackle just in case Mike McGlinchey's not doing that well. So, yeah, I definitely think those are the two of the biggest needs. I would say just figuring out quarterback is the biggest need. It can be Jimmy. It's just got to be a guy who Kyle Shanahan trusts. If it's Jimmy, if it's Darnold, if it's Mac Jones, if it's Deshaun Watson, I'm fine with it as long as Kyle Shanahan trusts that. But offensive line and secondary are definitely must this offseason. And as Callie said earlier, edge rusher right there. So, yeah, those are definitely the biggest needs this offseason. So
let's get a cornerback.
Okay,
next.
yeah, let's just get to the pick. Sorry, I paused it just to read those comments. That's my fault. But let's wait it out and then we can go. Probably cornerback is what I'm thinking. Getting a second cornerback does not hurt this team at all. You just gotta make sure you bring those guys back, bringing the depth. So
you want to have a good depth chart.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, for sure. So you got cornerback right here. You're at 228. You got 238 after this. What you want to do? You want to still go cornerback?
Let's go corner. Yeah, corners.
Cornerback. Okay, so those are the options you have right here.
Elijah Griffin?
Elijah Griffin out of USC is available.
I have heard very high things about him. I've heard that I heard he did very well. Like I've heard very
for sure.
Yeah.
So you want to take him right here? I'm assuming.
Let's take Elijah Griffin.
There you go. Elijah Griffin, the cornerback out of USC. Again, I haven't really got to the defensive side of the ball. Shakur Brown's another guy I've heard of that's done pretty well. But, yeah, we'll take him right here at 228. And now your final pick, 238. What you want to do right here?
Let's go for another offensive guard.
Offensive guard? Okay, so you got these guys right here. If you want to go you can go tackle 2 if you want. I've heard pretty good things about the guy out of Fresno State. And then same with who is it? Foster Sorrell. I've heard pretty good things about as well. And then offensive center right there. So what you want to do, if you want to go O-line, we can go another position as well.
Let's take the guy from Fresno State.
Fresno State. Okay, let's do it. So Cyrus Tutele, I don't know how to pronounce that. I've heard pretty good things about him. Again, I've just started working on my offensive lineman rankings, so hoping to get to him soon, but there's a guy you can take round 7. Probably from what I've seen, just a round 7 guy, but that's what I'm thinking. But overall, I think you filled a lot of needs, and we'll see the summary after this right here. So looking at the summary, you got Mac Jones at 12. Again, a very interesting pick, but I definitely can see it working out right there. Elijah Moore, Quincy Roach, Cam Bynum, Robert Jones, Jamar Jefferson, Jamin Sherwood, Sam Ehlinger, Paris Ford, Elijah Griffin, and Cyrus Tutele. The trade that you made was with Houston right there. Dom, how would you grade this draft, my man?
I'd give it I would honestly give borderline, maybe like B+, A-.
B+, A-. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you on that. I think it's a decent draft. I think Mac Jones at 12, in my opinion, is a bit of a reach. I would probably take a guy like Rashawn Slater, just bolster the offensive line and stick with Jimmy Garoppolo, or go after a guy like Deshaun Watson or anyone else on the trade block. But love the Elijah Moore pick. Love the Quincy Roach pick. Jamar Jefferson, again, I wouldn't take him around 5, but I definitely think he's a good fit for us. Robert Jones is another guy. Getting your backup quarterback, and Paris Ford, I like that a lot. So, yeah, for sure. All right, Dom, you got anything you want to plug? Any Twitter handles, Instagram, you name it? Any other things you want to just share out before you leave?
Nope, all good.
All good. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, my man. Pretty good draft for you. So, yeah, man, have a good one.
You too, Sam. See ya.
All right. See ya. All righty. So, right now we have no one in the waiting room. I'm going to give it another minute. I'm just going to talk a little bit. I'm going to give it another minute. Again, guys, if you want to join the waiting room, if you want to do one more draft, I'll have time for about one more. If you want to be that one person, just click the link. It's the pinned comment or it's the pinned tweet on Twitter. Up to you. Click it, join it, come on here. I can take one more draft probably before I have to cap the stream. I'll talk for about another minute. If no one joins this other minute, I'm probably not going to do another guy on here. So, yeah, or another guy on here, open to anything. So, Yeah, for sure. And then guys, again, there's some stuff in the description. If you want to just some information about joining, feel free to do that. But yeah, man. But overall, I definitely think looking at some of the comments right here, I definitely think you look at, I'm going to bring up Ken's comment again. Offensive line, defensive secondary, definitely must for this offseason. I mean, I think the 4 biggest needs when you look at it are cornerback, offensive lineman, quarterback, and edge. I think those are definitely the 4 biggest needs right there. So, yeah, I definitely think those 2 are in particular are definitely big because protecting your quarterback, no matter who it's going to be, is going to be a major need for this team. And same with the defensive secondary. You're just going to need a lot of guys because all of your guys are really free agents. So it's definitely going to be a lot. Nate says right here, Kenny Gainwell is pretty goated. I mean, Memphis, I got to say, Memphis has been pretty good figuring out who their running back is and getting a good running back group. So, yeah, I'm definitely with you on that, Nate. So, yeah. And then, yeah, they have Mills over Mond and Mond over Trask. That's definitely interesting. They're really pretty low on Trask. So that's why if you guys saw Kyle Trask fall, that's why they were pretty low on Kyle Trask. So, yeah, for sure. All right. It doesn't seem like anyone else is going to join the stream. So I'm going to cap it off right here. We had 3 streams today. 3 mock drafts today, I should say. I'm hoping to do more in the future, guys. So again, if you're interested, DM me on Twitter. Just hop on whenever you want. I'm open to anything. So Mock Draft Monday, episode 2, that's going to be a wrap. Next week, I got some interesting stuff coming for you. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you all so much for watching. Apologies for the internet issues at the beginning. And I will see you guys next time. Go Niners.